Hello and welcome back to Dragon's Dogma 2. So, bit of an issue. Literally, it's a good job I saved. Well, I called it an episode when I did last time. The moment that I cut the recording, just went to check my inventory and that, and it just crashed. So, we'll be loading from wherever the hell it last put an autosave, and we'll be continuing from there. Right. Let's see what we see then. So it's some
rare
says
materials
pretty
here,
often
if
then.
it pleases you, Master.
Well, well, that's quite a discovery.
Right, items. Use. Oh, right. And someone were being attacked over here, weren't there? Ah, yes. So there's a major sorts over there. Oh, there we got it. And this was the mage.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering items. I am confident and may act independently.
Hmm.
Very well. I shall lend you my aid. You do seem to be in need of it.
I didn't talk to you a second time. You can go now.
This is generally used as a material.
Different
Right.
combinations of materials result in different creations.
I see some materials here.
That
And
ladder
walls.
looks promising. I'll have to drop it down from above.
You have my protection.
I'm just being carried off. Ah. Ow. That really hurt. Just drags me off into a bush and starts ripping my arm off. Okay, luckily we have a mage on the party, so we're not dead, thank Christ for that. But our max health is deteriorating a lot now.
That was hard won.
We were overconfident in our abilities. It is a painful reminder that fortune will not always favour us.
Right, we'll probably want to think about resting soon.
You're like to grow overburdened if you keep picking up every little trinket you find.
Now, someone mentioned a ladder. Ah.
Am I the first to notice we've all got different vocations?
Our respective abilities are unique as well.
We must each of us hone our skills. Jack, I can see no path to take us onward. It seems we've hit a dead end.
Too bad. So if we did manage to somehow find our way up there, looks like there are some rocks that can be moved out of the way to get us up there. On that side, we could lower that to create some kind of shortcut. Right. Things to keep in mind. Okay. We'd best get back to
Now,
it though.
what might that be? Let us ponder how best to proceed.
No sense
goblin den.
letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The only griffin gets the worm.
Purity magic so at your disposal. Wait a moment.
Gotcha. Right.
Too fast for you.
Okay. More goblins dealt with. Time's an ever-flowing river in this world, and the abilities and behaviours of the inhabitants reflect this. People are unlikely to remain in the same place all day long, and may only appear in the morning, night, or midday. To pass the time, you can either stay at an inn, or make use of the special seats found outdoors. Come nightfall, you'll be able to see no further than the ground at your feet, and the onset darkness summons fearsome monsters not seen by day. Explore the wilderness after sunset at your own peril, and be sure you have a lantern in your pack. Some items that can be gathered will change over time, such as by ripening and growing more flavorful. There are also items that, if allowed to age just long enough, will become more useful when combining materials. However, you should keep an eye on raw items in particular, as consuming anything that has aged past its prime is likely to have unpleasant side effects. Certain objects unstructured can be destroyed by your attacks and will regenerate after a set amount of time has passed. Fruits, berries and other gatherables will grow back after a time. Interesting. An interesting concept.
We found a chest. Let us examine what it has to offer.
Yeah, she beat me to it. We've got a drought of some kind. Right, okay.
Pray, light your lantern, master.
I was just about to try and figure out where the button was for that. They're actually quite helpful, the pawns, aren't they? Oh,
Such fiends quail before the very light.
so we're starting to get the nighttime enemies. So goblins in the morning and the skeletons at night. Right. Lovely, right. So we're learning a bit more about how the world works then. We might want to rest here then.
Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Off we go then.
Right, items. Aged beasts, scrag, rotten scrag, ugh. Can no longer be combined or anything. Ugh. Probably want rid of those. And our apples are starting to ripen. What's this wake stone? Holds the power to restore the dead to life. Ooh. Reduces damage taken from fire attacks. Equipping left hand. Okay, lovely. Salubrious droughts, if I combine it with any of those. Dried fruit and green warish. So So if you dry fruit, you can create this fruit reborant, which recovers a great deal of health. So 2 ripened apples create dried fruit, which can be used to create fruit reborants. We can use both of these herbs together to create a detoxifying drought. Or these to get some like bits of H to like get minor HP potions. We might as well hang on to those apples then, because if we hold on to them, we can create a more powerful health potion.
Feeling rested, I trust?
Rotten meat though, not so much. That's the point. If I make camp, there it is. Cook, right. Tasty. Fair to say it's literally a film of meat being cooked.
Naught like a feast to get you ready for bed.
Indeed. Surely we've time for a short kip ere we continue on our merry way.
Mayhap you will think this a trifle, but... Curious thing. One of my former masters chose to hire only women. I wonder why.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
I guess we have to rest to break camp. You can't just break the camp there and then. Whatever, or maybe if we just rest till the point of day that we're at, it doesn't rest. Who knows? Oh, another pawn I think there.
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and prioritize support.
No. Go away. That's good though. If you happen to lose one on the way, you could by all means hire one out on the road. Hello?
Let me get that.
What's this? We're trapped.
Methinks I know what's been causing this problem. Someone did something with these explosives.
Fine.
Go!
To think we'd encounter one here of all places.
You can grab foes while standing by making contact with them. Once you have hold, you can push or pull them to draw their focus or knock them off balance.
Our foe has been thrown off balance. Let us finish this.
Oh, he has a second health bar.
And our quarry shall fall.
He's not getting up from this, is he? The pawn's just up here on his neck, like stab, stab, stab. Loads of arrows in his brain.
Twould seem I misjudged you. I had taken you for another false Arisen. Goodness knows we see a lot of them. Yet the value you showed in coming to our aid has dispelled such thoughts. Here, Take this as a mark of my trust. Give it to one of the sentinels stationed at the gates to the capital, and you'll be granted an audience with Captain Brandt. You're free to make your own way to the capital now. I see no need to keep you under constant watch, and I'm sure you'll breathe a little easier as well, aye? Of course, if you'd rather continue to accompany us, you are still welcome to join us on the ox cart. 'Tis your decision. Well now. The road's blocked. The cart can't get through like this. A powerful current ought to set this rock to crumbling, if we could summon one.
I'm probably not meant to throw that bomb over at that guy, were I? It was probably meant for this, wasn't it?
Water
Yeah.
is spilling through the cracks here. What could be the cause?
Oh, maybe, you know, the giant F-off river that's, like, clear of stuff.
Really now. You mustn't shirk your duty. Lest you forget, 'tis the Arisen.
I'm just gonna drown now.
Have you forgotten something, Arisen? You're looking rather lost.
Right. Now, where's he gone? There was supposed to be like an ox cart or something. Oh, there he is. They've already teleported through. Ooh, examine. A shaping. Oh, you can do multiple examines. Ooh.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
Ah, here's the cart now. Do you intend to join us? Very well. Board the ox cart and we'll be off.
Right. It's telling me there's some ingredients here. Oh, gather. What have we got?
I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We just
Find a use for
grab
it,
some
I'm
fish.
sure.
So what have we got then? So when we cooked that meat, a beast steak. Right. Rotten scrag. I'm guessing that we must eat it when we cook at the camp, so
'Tis a chest. I shall take a look inside.
well, I'm glad one of them noticed there were a chest about. You all coming along? Oh, we've got the option to doze off. Right, so we can fast travel.
Goblins! What rotten luck! We've need of your aid again, sir.
We've got goblins!
I suppose I'll handle this.
Dodge! Got him. Get a bit of healing in. Very nice. Right.
Seems we drove them off. You've my thanks for aiding us. Vernworth isn't far from here. Will you join us the rest of the way? All right. Into the ox cart, then.
Right. But we're doing some looting before we do that. I think that's most of it. Right. Oh, yep. It's definitely seeming a bit unstable. Mind you, I've managed to go a good few hours without any problems, and then 2 quick crashes in a row now. Right. I'll rejoin you when the crash report's gone through. Right. We'll try that again, shall we? We might be at the... I'm going to guess we're at the end of the goblin encounter, hopefully. If we get that cutscene again, we might just have to travel to the capital our own way and meet them there. Oh. Oh no, there we are. These still need looting. No, so it's
An ox
after we
cart ought to make our
looted.
journey easier.
One hopes these carts offer comfort commensurate to their costs.
There we go. Got to line ourselves up with the prompt. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. Oh. Hey! Vernworth, capital of Vermont.
I was informed of your coming would be Arisen. Captain Brandt, this individual summoned a pawn through a rift stone. Several witnesses can attest to it. Though I admit I had my doubts at first. 'Twould seem this is no mere deceiver.
This one's not a bad sort. Saved our hides on the way here.
As decreed by the great will of our world, there can only be one Arisen. That Arisen now resides within the palace. Indeed, he is our sovereign and the rightful ruler of Vermont. It follows, therefore, that this ruffian before us is naught but a pretender. You must submit to questioning. If you value your life, you will not attempt to flee.
I knew we shouldn't have bothered coming up.
I shall conduct the interrogation myself.
Oh, we're going straight
Stand
there.
watch outside. I beg your forgiveness for my insolence, Your Majesty. If the Queen Regent had learned of your existence, I fear your life would have been in peril. I had no choice but to treat you as a pretender, lest my actions draw suspicion from watchful eyes.
Okay.
Then you have truly lost your memory? In that case, mayhap I ought to explain the situation before we proceed. You, and no other, are the sovereign, the only legitimate ruler of this kingdom.
Okay, good to know.
Some days past, you confronted the dragon in the village of Melv, whereupon you became Arisen. The people rejoiced, for our true liege had finally appeared, ending Vermont's long years of council rule. Yet, not all celebrated your coming.
Ooh, a few months prior.
Your arrival would have robbed the Queen Regent Disa of everything. During the time of the previous consul, she acted as a queen in her own right, ruling the palace as she saw fit. And just after the consul's passing, when 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place, word reached the castle that the Arisen had been found. To Disa, Your Majesty's very existence is naught but an obstacle to her own family's continued prosperity. The assassination of the Arisen is an impossible feat for mortal hands. Thus, Disa chose to abduct your majesty while you recovered from your wounds, in order to rob you of your memory with a fell curse and sell you to Batal as a slave. Following that, she prepared a replacement to serve as the sovereign in your stead, a mere puppet. However, with your majesty returned, I have no intention of twiddling my thumbs as Disa plays her games. I shall devise some plans to further our cause. Pray, visit me a night in the tavern that we might discuss them.
Right. The plot thickens.
This one's cleared of all suspicion and has my permission to remain in the capital. You are to trouble the good sir no further. Are we clear?
And they gave us 6 grand apparently. Oh,
Pray forgive me, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
I almost thought we'd crash then.
Consign it! Get back here! You there! Did you see an urchin in a cap run past just now? Can you tell me which way he went?
I'm guessing this is one of those things where we're supposed to lie.
Many thanks. I'll catch that wretch yet.
In all honesty, not. If I were given the same
You're a
situation
kind
in
one,
reality,
aren't you?
I would probably tell
Would
them.
seem I am in your debt. In fact, there's aught I would ask of you if you've the time to spare.
Aha! There you are!
Oh, apologies, but our chat will have to wait. Till next we meet. Farewell.
Well, it didn't make a difference either way. Now he just thinks we're an alright guy, I suppose. Right. Okay, there's some definite issues with people just spawning in the middle of the road. Oh!
'Tis you! You're the good sir who aided me in Melve. Thank you again, sir. You don't know how grateful I am to you.
That's a he's a
Might I
merchant.
interest you in my humble wares?
Let's see what we got. Not much.
Much obliged, sir.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Browsing was enough to scratch the itch in my case.
Right. I think we need to,
This might be worth a read.
It couldn't hurt to take a peek.
what's worth a read? What the notes? What the...
Say, have you been to Harp? 'Tis a quaint little village down by the sea. Well, if you do visit, you might want to give the old man who lives there a wide berth. I hear he sets out to sea on his boat, day after day, only to be returned to shore by the brine again and again. As if that wasn't clear enough, he's apt to talk your ear off about some world he believes lies beyond the sea. I cannot fathom his obsession. I suppose losing his family must have driven him to madness.
I've no idea where that 400 gold just came from. One of the pawns must have done something. Right. Okay, I can see on the map
Calais,
we've got
Vernon was
like
once
a,
the Eastern Kingdom.
Fascinating.
Indeed. Though 'tis not widely known among the common folk.
yeah, we've got it marked on the map that there's like a ring around here, isn't there? So it's probably somewhere in this area, and I think, yep, this is the tavern then. So I'm wanting to head into here. Star drop in.
This can be a lonely life at times. Puts me in the mood for a song, it does.
Welcome.
Ain't in the mood to stir up trouble today.
Lots to do.
There he is.
Well met, sir.
Your Majesty, your timing is impeccable. I just thought to call for you. 'Tis not a matter for prying ears. Pray, let us speak out.
We don't want anyone to hear us conspiring to make you king. Your Majesty, he yells aloud in the tavern. But you probably don't want to keep calling me Your Majesty in front of everyone. That might give off the wrong kind of vibes. Right. For a moment, then I just looked at the bell and like, what on, like, who or what is that? I think it's meant to be a cat person. It is.
Oh, this is a conundrum.
It's a black cat. I had to look twice then.
As I informed you when last we spoke, the palace is filled with the Queen Regent's sycophants. Should Disa denounce your Majesty as a false arisen, few would elect to doubt her. Yet if we are to prove your identity, I believe there is no occasion more suitable than the coronation. It was delayed so that the sovereign, that is, the false arisen, could convalesce in the palace, but the date has now been set. The central players in the court ought all be in attendance. It would be a fine opportunity to display your Majesty's power. None would be able to deny that you are the true Arisen then. There is a problem, however. Entry to such an event is limited to the chosen few. Only select members of the nobility and citizens who have contributed greatly to Vermont's continued prosperity will be granted entry. If your Majesty is to be counted among them, you will need to attend to a number of tasks. Pray, allow me to summarize them for you.
Okay, we'll get a shopping list. The monster coin.
The citizenry have called upon my soldiers to cull monsters that plague the land. I dare say, it would be a fine contribution were you to accomplish these tasks unaided. What say you? Might I ask for your cooperation in this matter? I thank you, Your Majesty. There are 3 locales that have seen significant trouble of late. The first is Trevo Mine, to the northwest. We've had reports of goblins swarming in great numbers. Next is Half Village, west of Burnworth. I believe soldiers have already been dispatched to cull an infestation of saurians there. Finally, there is a call for someone to locate a group of soldiers tasked with delivering freight. They were last seen crossing the second bridge on the eastern edge of Vermont.
There is no shortage of beasts that need culling in this world.
Let's have a look at these quests then before we... Right, deal with the monster threats. Right. Yep. They're pretty far apart. Like that entire area that we've covered so far is yeah, we went to Boardwatch Outpost, that's where we started. Oh, we started up here, I guess, didn't we? Walked down there, and this entire area, And this road is everything we've seen up until now. I guess that ox cart brought us all the way down here. My God, thank God we rested through that, otherwise we might have been there for a century. Right. So it's not crazily out there, yeah. But we're gonna have issues with that. And then I'm guessing this is the excavation site back there, so looks like there is an island over here then on the map. So maybe that old geezer ain't wrong. And we can even go talk to him while we're in this village about the land beyond the sea.
There is much we ought to tend to if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen.
The Queen
We
Regent.
need to infiltrate the palace to gather evidence of Deezer's misdeeds. I hesitate to ask something so dangerous of you, yet I fear we have few other options. I have attempted to do the same through my own channels afore now, though I have yet to uncover so much as a whisper of her plots. Would that I could undertake the task myself, but my station prohibits me from reckless action. What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you? I shall ensure that the door to the Queen Regent's office is open between midnight and dawn. Pray use that time to conduct your investigation. There is much we ought to tend to if we are to strengthen your Majesty's...
And the
Of all those who
magistrate,
serve
right.
the Queen Regent, there is but one who I have no doubt will lend his support to your Majesty's cause. I refer to Waldar, a magistrate. Many a time has Deezer demanded Waldar amend the code of Vermont to her own benefit. And many a time has the magistrate refused her, for he is loyal to none but the spirit of the law. As a result, he now sits in a cell beneath the palace. Our laws dictate that your Majesty is our rightful ruler. Thus, as the staunchest supporter of the law known to the palace, I'm quite confident that Waldor will be willing to vouch for your Majesty. What say you? Might you be willing to aid me in arranging the magistrate's release? I've prepared a means for you to enter the palace dungeons. Pray, take this. This mission demands the utmost secrecy. Prithee be cautious, Your Majesty. Should you be discovered, I will be unable to lend aught in the way of aid.
Right. So, this will require stealth and subtlety. I'm sure that's exactly what my inconspicuous form is perfectly suited toward. Right, June? Yes? Oh, this is why we have a rogue in the party, isn't it? I do like that they're kind of idle around in the inn, they don't just sort of follow me about. I remember one thing that I really hated when I was playing like Skyrim, like characters would try to do this sort of thing, they were like idle spots in locations where they'd go and try to make themselves look busy. But it wasn't great. So, but it's not bad. This, you know, it's because one thing as well where I remember with Skyrim is that like it did have that like a similar system and it was pretty good, but it didn't always like properly work, and there'd often be like the animations weren't lined up properly with the thing that they're trying to interact with, or worse, they'd just stop doing whatever they were doing, they'd all just like start huddling around you, especially if you had any kind of mod on that gave you multiple followers, or God forbid if you had a dog, they'd just swarm around you. And it could even prevent you from going through doorways. I remember that was awful. Right, anyway, it looks like we're going to be taking part in a plot to take over the kingdom. So it seems this place is meant to be rightfully ruled by the Arisen, which is me. So this is all mine now. And I am going to have to take it back if I want it. Right. We'll see if we can get started on that next time then. We might start with the monster culling quests, since we'll have to go a bit out of our way to do that. So we'll look at that next time. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you then.